And feel free, you're welcome to close your eyes in meditation or have them maybe half open, like your eyelids are heavy and just a soft gazing down. As we begin the practice by journeying within to feel, discover, notice, to see what's present for you at this time. Notice what's going on in the body, where there might be ease, where there might be struggle, where there might be discomfort, whether there might be a place that feels relaxed, but another place might feel tense or tender. And we hold space for all that we discover and notice. In the discovery, in each moment, we make choices. We choose to stay. So in meditation, we may choose to remain still with discomfort. But if that discomfort is edging over to intense strain, pain, sharp, stabbing, electrical, whatever those sensations, those warnings might be, then we can choose. It's still another choice. Each moment is a choice of action that we take. And we always want wise action, like in our lives. Sometimes it's better to back off, to choose that. Other times it might be wise to step forward into something uncomfortable. And along with the physical sensations, and in meditation, we really welcome and noticing where we might be suffering. And it could be those aches or pains or tenderness, but not just the body. We're also working with the mind, what we call the monkey mind, that wreaks a lot of havoc, that plays around, that gets distracted very easily, and can ruminate. And the rumination could cause suffering. So we not only suffer from, let's say, we're feeling an ache or pain or something in the body we're dealing with. I mean, that can cause us a little bit of suffering. But on top of it, the mind makes a story and adds to the suffering. Okay, and so in our meditation, we're again noticing when we notice that happen. With a place of loving kindness. We're not going to judge. This is what all our monkey minds do. So we're not going to judge it when we become aware of it. Just like the sensations in the body. There's no need to judge it. That is what we're noticing in the moment. And attached, connected to the mental body is the emotional body. And so emotions can also be challenging to feel. Some of us struggle with anger, feeling it. Some of us struggle with sadness. Maybe you're really good at certain emotions and feeling them and emoting them and expressing them so that you can free your body, mind of it. But we also can struggle. We tend to avoid, push away. So we're holding space for all that we're noticing as we tend and befriend. And we can think of these as our inner dragons. And the inner dragons are potentially, possibly a part of our younger parts of ourself that have been wounded, our shadow side. And when they come up, when we're noticing, we don't have to force them. All we need to do in meditation is sit here long enough and they will come up. Maybe some days we're not up for that. That's okay. And try again another day. But it's learning this art and this practice of tending and befriending all parts of yourself. This is an offering of healing, of clearing, and of opening your heart center. So just have a moment in your sitting and see what your body's calling you to. Like, see if there's something you can work with right now, whether it's physically in the physical body or there's something stressful in the monkey mind right now, or even your emotions. If you're struggling with an emotion, just sit with yourself for a moment and just see what presents itself to you. See what might be speaking the loudest. And then we're going to use the technique from Tara Brach. This comes from her book, Radical Compassion. And she calls it the RAIN technique. The RAIN is an acronym, RAIN. And so the first letter R is recognize what is happening. So again, as I got you to just hone in on something that might be causing some suffering, whether it's physical, mentally, and or emotionally, and recognize what is happening. So this is a part of the welcoming in, the tending to that place or part, and befriending it. As Richard Miller, a teacher of Yoga Nidra or I Rest, he says, invite them in for a cup of tea. Like a friend shows up and you say, oh, do you want to come in for a tea? And then A in RAIN is to allow life to be just as it is. So we don't need to push it away. We don't need to wish it's different. We allow this moment to be just as it is. We allow ourselves to be just as we are in this moment. So recognize and allow. The I is for investigate with a gentle, curious attention. So investigate. This is to me like the welcoming in with a cup of tea. So you could talk, you could chat, you can ask questions, investigate, but with a gentle, curious attention. With a compassionate curiosity. We recognize, allow, and investigate. And then the final letter N in rain is to nurture with loving presence. So we nurture with self-compassion as you intentionally nurture yourself with self-care, rather than a judgment that says, oh, I should have done this, or I didn't do enough, or why is this the way it is? Just take a moment to consider your self-dialogue. And you'll notice at times you can be quite hard on yourself, even with self-judgment. So the non-judgment means self-compassion and tending to yourself as a friend. Learning to nurture yourself. It's almost like reparenting those younger inner wounds that you have. And bring in that nurture and that compassion and acceptance and loving kindness. Rain, recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. So as you're sensing that place that you decided to work with, that wounded, frightened, or hurting place inside, you can offer a gesture of care that might address the need of the mind or the body or the heart. Maybe it's a message of reassurance or of love. To see which intentional gesture of kindness most helps to comfort or soften or even open your heart. You could even mentally whisper some of these offerings or gestures to yourself, to your body, your mind or emotion, your heart. And now bringing one hand over your heart and the other hand over top, holding your heart in this loving, kind way. Nurturing yourself and your heart with a deep breath and sigh breath out. Joining hands together, opening into Padma Mudra, the middle three fingers open so your hands become a flower peering into the diamond light. Om Mane Padme Hum. May the jewel within the lotus be realized. Okay, and as you seal the hands in front of the heart, offer a little bow. And may you recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture as you tend and befriend your whole self. May the cycles of nature bring reminders of self-compassion as you continue to walk this journey in peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. I honor the light within you. Namaste, my friends.